Oh yeah, you did this, you broke up my home, you what? Like, girl, no. Don't put me in no ghetto shit. I'm a whole ass YouTuber. You give me content, I'm putting it out there. Like, my spidey senses, they did tingle. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they were tingling a little bit. Gonna be at his mom's for Thanksgiving if you wanna pull up. I'm like, girl.
For the night, 767, man, the shit got double bedroom, man. I still got school to settle, man. I got down the block, made a right, yeah. Cut the lights, made a price, yeah. Niggas think it's sweet, it's on sight, yeah. Nothing nice, niggas in my eyes.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Desiree, but if you're nasty, call me thickeray. Anyway, I am back with a story time. I haven't done like a proper story time in a minute because I feel like I've already told you guys like my good stories. Oh no. I got a couple stories still in the tank, but this one is fresh. So I just wanted to get it off my chest. Like, I want to tell y'all about the latest bullshit that I got myself into. Let me just say, this is the second time in the past 6 weeks that I've had another woman come to me on some woman to woman shit.
Really, nigga?
Yeah. Now, the first time this shit happened 6 weeks ago, this was crazy. It was crazy. I'm definitely gonna tell you guys that story, not right now. However, this shit right here, oh my god, this shit just happened at 4 a.m. today. The day not even up yet. I was gonna say yesterday, but not. This shit happened at 4 a.m. today. Let's just get some background info. Last week, one of my girls was like, hey, I'm downtown. You know, I'm linking up with my little whoa. And he's gonna watch the game with his boys. You should come through. You know, one of our other friends, she was gonna come too. So I'm like, okay, like, I don't have anything to do. I'm gonna come through. So I meet them. The game is already over at this point. So they were getting some food. So I meet them at the food spot. And, you know, I say hi to my girls. She's introducing me to the guys. So it was, there's a lot of components. There's a lot of characters in this story. So I guess I'm gonna have to name them. Okay, so it was me and two of my girls. So it's friend one and friend two. Friend one is gonna be with boy one. Friend two is gonna be with boy two. And I'm friend three. I'm gonna be talking about boy three. Boy three, ugh. Now that I think about it, at first, boy three had me like, hard eyes, right? Up until like earlier this week. Let me not get sidetracked. Okay, so boom, it's 3 guys, 3 girls, right? So she introduces me to, you know, her little boo thing. There's another guy that's with friend two. They introduced me to that guy too. And then boy 3 walks out of the restaurant, like just as I was arriving. You know, it's like immediate, like I'm looking at him, he's looking at me. He's like, oh, what's your name? Like, where you from? Whatever, you know. We do the little intro chat. And it was great. It was like really good vibes. Like me and this guy had great chemistry. It was really like a good situation, right? So anyway, we're hanging out all night. I'm not gonna tell y'all what we did all night.
Huh?
Not that we did anything crazy. Like, we definitely kept it PG. But I mean, like, just us as a party, like what we did that night. Let me just say, we ended up at a crack house. Okay, not really a crack house, but we definitely ended up at the drug dealer's house. I got there around like 10 p.m. and we didn't end our night until like 6 a.m. And this is us as a group, like us as a collective. Like me and this guy didn't like sneak off and do, no. It was just, we were out all night. Like we had a good, definitely an eventful night. So anyway, meet this guy. He's really cute. He's really cool. He told me he was 26. I will say he looked much older than 26. But when he told me he was 26, I was like, oh, okay, like you're young. I don't usually fuck with niggas that young. Very cute. So I'm gonna hear you out. Like, I'm gonna entertain it, you know. And it was cool. Like, we had great conversation. Like, his personality was cool. I thought like there was nothing that I needed to look out for. However, when we exchanged numbers, he called my phone and it showed up as a no caller ID. Like, so I told him, I'm like, your shit is on no caller ID. He was like, oh, I forgot to take it off. You know, sometimes when people use my phone, I don't like my number showing up. And I was like, okay, I guess that's a valid thing. But he was like, you know what I mean? I was like, no, people don't really be using my phone to make calls because everybody has their own phone these days. But anyway, I mentioned that because that was the first red flag. Looking back, yeah. But even in that moment, I was like, something's off about that. But anyway, left it alone, continued my night. So let's fast forward. Some things that he was telling me about himself throughout the night. We didn't really get into much like deep and personal conversation. It was more like just general stuff, like what are we into? Just like, you know, it was like a party situation. So we weren't really that deep into like figuring out what each other's lives are and whatever. I'm gonna keep this story real transparent because I don't really care about protecting this person's identity or anything like that. So yeah, he told me he lived in Scarborough. I live downtown Toronto. The person that we were going to their house to watch the fight, they also live downtown Toronto. So remember I told you guys it was friend 1 that invited me out, and her boo, boy 1, is boy 3's cousin. He was telling me that he was at his cousin's place for the weekend. His car was in the shop, so you know, he was just Ubering around. He was gonna get his car fixed and then take it from the mechanic, blah, blah, blah. Now, upon hearing that, I did, like, my spidey senses, they did tingle. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they were tingling a little bit. But then at the same time, like, I can't judge anybody for having car issues. Literally, I had that same excuse. Like, my car is on a whole lot of bullshit. However, it's not at the mechanic shop, it's parked at my mom's house. But like, that's not an odd thing, you know, for somebody's car to be not working and it just be at the mechanic. But I feel like that's just an excuse that men usually go to, like,
yeah, I don't have a car, it's getting fixed.
And the whole time don't even be having a car. Anyway, so that is red flag number 2. And it's a red flag because it comes up again, okay? All hanging out until like 6 a.m. Friend 2 and boy 2 didn't really make it the whole morning. We stopped seeing them like earlier on. So like as our little get together was coming to an end, he kind of left like in a weird way. Like, I'm telling you, it was good the whole night, but then he kind of left in a weird way. Like, we had a goodbye, hug, and that was it. We didn't do nothing else. We just had a goodbye hug. But you just can tell when somebody's like, their body language is weird. Like, he felt kind of tensed up. Like, it was weird after we had just such a great night. It was weird. So that day, like later throughout the day, we continued to talk through text, and it just randomly stops. Like, he stopped responding to my messages or whatever. Like, we were having a conversation and just nothing for like hours, just radio silence. And then he messaged me again around like 11 p.m. like,
oh, so you wanna hang out? Like, I can come through, whatever.
And I read it and I was like, it's 11 p.m. Like, you didn't message me the whole day. You're gonna wait until 11 p.m. because you wanna come through? Sounds like a booty call. So I acted like I was asleep, and I wasn't. I messaged him at 3 a.m. because I stayed up. I messaged him at 3 a.m. I was like, oh, sorry, I was sleeping. Yeah, maybe next time. You know, he was like, oh, it's okay, it's cool, like, glad you got some rest, whatever. You know, seemed like a sweet guy. Throughout the week, he was so spotty. Like, I'm used to when I meet a guy and I like him and he likes me, I'm used to them like just being on me. Like, I'm not to sound any kind of way, like I really don't want to sound any kind of way, but usually when I meet men, they are pretty obsessed with me. Like, they just want to check on me, they want to be on me, they want to know what I'm doing at all times, they want to text me. Like, you know, when I meet them, it's like the next day, good morning, how are you? It's like immediately they get the ball rolling, right? So with this guy, it wasn't like that. So I was like, the fuck? Like, where is my attention at? Like, do you even know who I am? Like, do you know what do for me on a regular? You're not even gonna hit me with a good morning text? None of that? So yeah, this guy was like really spotty. We would text like sometimes, but like not really. Throughout the week, it was weird. There was one night I was like, okay, so this is wasting my time. How you gonna get my attention like that and then just drop the ball, right? So I forgot about him. Okay, no, that's a lie. I did not forget about him. But I definitely put him out of my mind. Like, I tried. So I put my phone on silent and went to sleep. And then the next morning, I woke up to a missed call from him. And that call came in at like 1 a.m. So I messaged him like, oh, was it a butt dial? And he didn't respond. Weird, right? This guy's a weirdo. Later that day at like 11 p.m., he called me again. So I answered it. And I was like, bruh, like, what the fuck is up with you? You only call people at night? Like, what's up? Like, what's the deal? He was like,
I'll be working late, so you know, this is like the only time I get free time, blah blah blah. I just wanted to check in with you, make sure you're good, like,
you know, doing the thing that I wanted him to do like days before. So yeah, we just had like maybe like a 20-minute conversation, and then he was like, yeah, but I'm gonna head inside now. So I guess he was sitting in front of his house or something. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna head inside now, and you know, just, you know, take a shower, go to sleep. I'm like, okay, cool, like, we'll chat another time. Oh, I forgot something. So throughout our texting, right, I told him that I had a crush on him via message, like text message, because I'm like, this nigga not putting no pressure, yuck. But then I had to think, like, Desiree, don't be that bitch that has double standards, right? If he's not putting any pressure, why can't you do it? It's only because I'm used to men doing that for me that I feel like I don't have to. But truthfully, sometimes as women, we probably could put a little more effort, right? If you like the guy, show a guy that you like him. You don't always have to wait for him to do that for you. I was like, you know, flirty a little bit, like pretty much I told him I had a crush on him. So anyway, back to what I was talking about. Yeah, we got off the phone, and then the next day, same thing, called me like around the same time, like 11 p.m. We chat for 20 minutes, like exactly 20 minutes. And then same thing, like, I'm gonna go inside. So now I'm like, why can't you call me from in your house? Like, you know, if you're outside and you're on the phone, you can definitely walk into the house and still be on the phone, you know? So already, like, you know, I'm starting to sense things like, maybe he got a girl, maybe he got a something inside. Maybe he does. Maybe. But the conversation we're having is so different. I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know. This was on a Friday. So at this point, he's telling me that he's gonna be coming back into the city this weekend, like literally this weekend right now, and that he wanted to hang out, but he would let me know because he wasn't too sure what exactly he was doing. I'm like, okay, cool, like let me know what's up, like let me know if you're gonna be here or whatever, you know, just let me know. He was like, okay, yeah, like I'll do that, cool, right? So this morning at 4 a.m. I was watching Christina Aguilera's music video to Dirty. And I got a text message from his number, and it's like an attachment. So immediately I'm like, attachment? What the fuck? At 4 a.m.? What the fuck is that? Is it some freaky shit? I wonder what it is, right? So I opened it. It's a video. I'm gonna put it up. Because I don't give a fuck. Don't put me in no ghetto shit. I'm a whole ass YouTuber. You give me content, I'm putting it out there. Okay, so boom, here's the video. Yeah, watch that video. So there's a video and a message comes with the video. It says, let me read it. This is where he sleeps most nights, and the reason he has to come chill by you is because he cannot bring you here to his mama basement.
huh?
So I saw that message come in, and I'm like, I was eating chips. I was eating my Tostitos with the Tostitos spinach dip. Phew. So good. That's my favorite. I love the round Tostitos because they don't like scratch the roof. So I get the round ones with the spinach dip. Ugh, fire. Anyway, that's what I was eating at 4 a.m. Don't ask me why I was eating that at 4 a.m. Mind your business. But anyway, I'm eating my chips. I get this message. I'm like, oh, word. And at this point, I kind of was already over this guy because like he was moving weird, right? He wasn't really putting no pressure. Like he wasn't like doing a lot. So on the first day, like I kind of liked him. But after that, like it really dwindled mad fast. So I seen this message. I'm like, oh, girl. I put him out for the same shit with females and disrespecting our house and fam. I called you from my phone the other day, you didn't pick up, and she put a phone number. Now I did get a call from a number, but it was on WhatsApp. And that was so weird to me because I didn't even know that you could call people on WhatsApp without having their numbers saved first. Like I thought I had to have that person's number saved for them to be able to call me, but I guess that's not the case. I received a random call from somebody on WhatsApp. I let it ring because like, I don't know who the fuck that is. And then I went in and checked her profile picture and I was like, okay, it's gotta be like a wrong number. Like you must have mistaken me for somebody else because I have no clue who these people are, right? So I ignored it. I didn't think anything of it. So she's telling me she called me the other day. I'm like, oh, that's who that was. She said, our second child is due to make an appearance at Christmas. The cars he comes in are all mine. Check the accessible pass and any paperwork for the Audi or the truck. I will be at his mom's for Thanksgiving if you want to pop up and surprise him. I'm thinking, oh my God, this dirty dog ass nigga. You are doing this to your pregnant, whoever the wife, girlfriend, fiance. I felt so bad for her. She's sending me a video like, girl, she talking about all the cars he comes in. I don't even see him in a car. I didn't even see him in a whip. Like, I don't even get him in private. Like, it wasn't even like that. She's talking all this stuff. I'm gonna be at his mom's for Thanksgiving if you wanna pull up. I'm like, girl. I text her back, I said, girl, you got it. I don't want no parts of this mess. Like, we just met. I'm cool on that. I don't want no parts of this ghetto ass shit. Oh my God, talking about something pop up at Thanksgiving at his mom's. Oh no, ma'am, I'm not doing that. All this information you just gave me is enough for me to leave this situation alone. I'm not trying to aggravate the situation further. Pop up at Thanksgiving and do what? I just met this nigga last week. It's not even that deep, right? I'm gonna pop up at Thanksgiving like, oh hey, like, ugh, that's mad weird. And then she messaged me on WhatsApp on her own number. And she said, I just can't believe that this is the second time in the past 6 weeks that I've had a woman to woman conversation and the wasn't even mine. Like, she said, you are not the only one. And here I go kicking him out again at 4 a.m. his phone. I guess she meant at 4 a.m. for his phone. Or for whatever she found in his phone. She said, Cam is not even his name and he will probably tell you I'm lying, which is why I sent you the video. He is 42 and still playing games with girls. So I responded to her on WhatsApp and I'm like, I'm so sorry you're going through that bullshit. I truly hate this for you. He definitely told me he was 26. LMAO, ridiculous. We just met last week. Not much has happened so far, but I'm glad you reached out. And then she messaged me downtown, ... And I said, yeah, with his cousin. And then she asked me, cousin, name? And then I just stopped responding to her because I'm not trying to get anybody else in trouble. Him though, I don't really care what happens to him. Like, he deserves whatever, you know? Like, you doing that to your girl and she's pregnant, that's whack as fuck. I feel like that's the lowest shit you can do as a man is be disloyal and disrespectful to the woman that's carrying your baby while she is carrying her baby. That's fucked up. Like, in any situation, it's fucked up. But I feel like something like that, that's just the most fucked up. Like, as women, we put ourselves through so much, especially while carrying a baby. Like, imagine putting your girl through that much stress. I felt really bad for her. That's why I said I felt so bad for her. But, like, that's where it ends for me. Like, I'm not trying to get nobody else in trouble. She asked me, oh, cousin, name? I'm like, girl, no. I don't want no parts of this. Before I ever run into those guys again and they're like, oh yeah, you did this, you broke up my home, you what? Like, girl, no. You found all the information that you found and I just confirmed that that man is trash. That's all. Like, I'm not popping up for no Thanksgiving. I'm not giving you any additional information. I'm so sorry, but you on your own. However, I feel bad for you. That sucks. Remember when I told you guys that I had texted him during the week and told him that I had a crush on him? So yeah, she said she saw that message and she told him to block me and he did unblock me. So I think she was calling me to confirm or just to tell me this information about her man, but I missed that call. I wish I had answered that call, but that was weird. Like, don't be calling strange people on WhatsApp. Like, why would you use WhatsApp to call me? And why is she even texting me on WhatsApp, right? Something about this girl is weird too, but that's pretty much the story. Like, not much has happened since then. I haven't had any calls or messages to my phone about it, but see this ghetto ass shit that I found myself in? I'm telling you twice. This has happened to me twice in the past month and a half. The first situation is actually much crazier than this one. Can't wait till I'm like in a place where I can tell you guys that story because that's fucked. But this situation, yuck. She's talking about he's 42, living with his mama in the basement, and he got 2 kids. Yuck. But you know what? I don't know why she told me that. I don't know why she should not have told me that. She shouldn't have, because now I'm looking at her like, okay, but girl, so you met this nigga, you knew he was 42, you knew he was living in his mom's basement, and then you moved in with him, and then you gave him a kid, and then you busted open and you gave him another kid. Oh girl, sometimes, like, we gotta be responsible. We gotta take accountability for the situations that we put ourselves in, because no, ma'am. How you clowning him now, talking about all the cars are mine, he can't bring you here because he living in his mama basement. But don't you live with him in the basement? You with him in the basement with your 2 kids, one that's about to come. You with him in the basement at his mom's house. How can you even, as a grown-ass woman, why would you even move in with into his mother's basement and think that that's somebody that's going to take you serious? That's somebody that's going to provide and protect? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. When I say provide and protect, I mean in every way. Provide emotional support, provide emotional stability, protect my heart. The fuck? You got me living in your mama basement. I'm not gonna believe that there's anything that you're gonna be willing to do for me at 42 years of age, please. So yeah, I'm looking at her kind of crazy because 1, she only uses WhatsApp to communicate with people, and 2, she willingly had kids with this that's pretty much a bum. She was talking about, you know, this is not the first time. Here I go kicking him out again. You're not the only one. Okay, so you know that this man is a dog. You are aware of that. You know this is a dog. You know he does this shit with women. You know he plays games with girls, and you're still with him? Like, I mean, I was kind of glad that she reached out, but at the same time, I kind of wish that she didn't, just for her own pride, like, just for her own self-respect. Like, don't tell no other woman that shit. Like, see, like, now I just made a whole ass YouTube about it because this is entertainment to me. But if I found myself in that situation, I definitely would not be telling nobody. I wouldn't even tell my girls, like, oh, Desiree, where do you live? Oh, I'm out of the country. Yeah, because you're not gonna know that I'm living in your mom's basement. What? And we had 2 kids in the basement. We made the babies in the basement. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Sorry. So there go my story time. That's what happened to me. I'm going out tonight because I need a drink. Okay, that's why you see me all done up. Ow. Because I need to go out. I need to shake my ass and I need to drink some alcohol. This is ridiculous. I've gone through way too many things in the past like 2 months. So that's what I'm about to go do. Thank you so much for stopping by and listening to my story time. I hope it was entertaining. If you like this story time, I have other story times. I should put out more story times because honestly, a lot of bullshit comes into my life. Definitely be going through like a lot of bullshit, unnecessary things, but this right here just takes the cake for the week. Like, I don't want no more woman to woman. Like, I don't want to deal with no more of that shit. I've had my fair share. I don't want no more women hitting me up talking about some, oh, did you know that you think you're with is actually with me? Like, okay, now, what did I do? Who did I piss off? Like, why do I keep attracting the same bullshit? This is crazy. I don't want to deal with it no more, but thank you so much for stopping by. I so appreciate it. Like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next one.
Like I look like a charm, 50 rest on the arm, but you know me a storm. I stay fly, I was there all born. Put these hoe like it's porn. I get higher than the Osborne. I'm a couch for torn. Getting money is so important. Thought I was done.